What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to today's video. So, this video is going to be about the Phase 2 patch notes, the changes that have recently been implemented after the first set. So, Phase 1, I've put videos out for that. Now, it's very interesting to me the way that they changed this because I was going to make a video, I think it was yesterday. I didn't have time on Friday. I was very busy at work and I thought to myself, well, let me try on Saturday. So I jumped onto Saturday, and then they updated the game twice in the span of an hour, and they seem to tweak a few things. So I'm going to go over that at the end of the video. They've actually reverted some of them back. I don't know. I think they're in a loss for words. They're a little bit confused, and I don't really think these changes are going to be in the live game. I feel like they're going to keep changing it until they think that it's okay. So we're going to have to see. But this is just very temporary. So we're just going to go over the phase 2 patch notes. I'm going to give you my thoughts, maybe some insight onto what I've been testing because I have had a lot of gameplay with this phase 2. Spent a few hours yesterday playing. If you guys would like to see, I actually live streamed. It was a good stream last night, and we actually went into the dark zone with one of the builds that I'm bringing you guys out later today. It's going to be very, very good. It's very interesting though. The time to kill is a little bit fast. I feel like you die too quickly. The server lag is very bad as well, so it's hard to gauge. A lot of times I found myself dying instantly, and I wasn't sure if it was player's damage or it was just server lag. So let's just go over these patch notes quite briefly. I will leave a link in the description straight to them so you guys can go and read them yourself. I highly recommend you do. Just brisk over them, the ones that might mean something to you. That's what we're going to do today. Shepherd rank, as you can see, I'm not really interested in that. If you really want to be invested into it, they are changing it. It looks like it's going to automatically rise, which is nice for players that actually care about it. I might get myself into it. I'm finding myself playing the game a bit more these days. I gave it a little bit of a break. To be honest, guys, I had like a 3 day break. That was it, and I was back on the game. So I don't think I can have more than a week break from this game. But it was nice. I feel fresh. I cleaned out my stash. You know the usual. Problem is the loot is just still too bad. I just can't get the right loot. But targeted loot's going to be good, especially with Fenris pieces. The Fenris mask in the PTS is extremely strong because you get two talents. You can have the damage talent and the damage to status affected enemies, which is very nice. So you can have two talents on your mask, two damage talents, devastating, and I think the other one is wicked. So you can have those two. So that's actually currently probably the best in slots. So Fenris is going to be very targeted in the PTS, or well, in the live game when it comes out in TU6. All right, this is a very good change. So the Stinger Hive now applies the bleed status effect. No longer uses a cooldown, but instead uses a charge up mechanic similar to Chem Launcher. Let me tell you guys something now. This has changed the game completely. I was using this last night and I was actually a bit confused. I was like, why have I only got a 5 second cooldown? I kept throwing it down, right? So I am getting over 50% extra damage because of all the bleeding talents in the game. So this is going to be the meta skill to use. Hive is going to be extremely potent. Healing, say goodbye to Chem Launcher. This is really good. This change, I hope this change stays. This is one of my favorite changes they've implemented. It's extremely strong, and this cooldown is unreal. You have it instantly. It just comes back very quickly, and it's actually very good. I really like the Hive right now, and I'm happy with the change. The Chem Launcher no longer repairs a hostile player's armor. I don't know what they were thinking. Who coded this game? When you drop a heal down for yourself, the enemy could run through it and heal himself while he's rogue. What on earth is that? How did that come into the game? Anyways, it's been fixed finally. I don't know why they take so long to fix these things. But anyways, guys, we've got to stay positive. Obviously, the stash space is up. It's nice. I personally would want 1,000. I think 1,000 would be ideal. But you know what? I'm not going to be fussy. It's taken long enough to get us to that level, so that's pretty cool. These are all the um, fixed weird stairs. I don't know what that means. This is something that we need to highlight. The other things aren't too great. Added an auto look center and 180-degree turn settings to consoles. I'm pretty sure that will be significant to you guys on console. He has something that is very, very strong. So hipfire, or actually weak now. So hipfire now forces the character to walk. You're a bot. If you try and hipfire, it ain't working. Hipfire is now gone. You can't hipfire. You maybe can if you're standing right on the other person, but it's not going to help. You just move so slowly. Like you basically walk. It's just unusable. So if you guys hated hipfire, it's now gone. Say bye. We don't want it because I don't know. I mean, you still have to aim when you hip fire. I just feel like they should have just reduced the damage, not taken it out like that. But hey, I think a lot of people are not going to be happy in the live game when you try and hip fire and you're like a potato rolling around. It's hilarious. So PvP, we've had some damage changes. I think they actually increased this. The damage has been modified again. I don't know, guys. I feel like I die too quick. You guys can go and read all of these. There's some digits here, which is interesting. The buffs. There's a lot of buffs and a lot of nerfs. Actually, there's more nerfs here. That's crazy. So from 1 to 2, that's interesting. So you guys can have a look at this. I'm not really too bothered about that. The Chatterbox got nerfed. While holstered, reloading your weapon with 5 seconds after a kill grants 15%. Rate of fire down from 20. I don't understand why they even nerfed that. Nobody uses this. In the PTS, that's not the best gun in the PTS. I'll give you guys the best gun in my next video, so don't worry about that. I will show you all the best in slots. We're going to go over that. Nemesis. Don't worry about this. This has changed nothing. You still get a nice buff. That I wouldn't even worry about that. This is a big change. So the Merciless now, I think yeah, it's up from 20%. It's now 100% damage as explosive damage. Crazy. So can you imagine? Do you remember in the when the game first came out, we were doing those explosive builds with the pistol, with the shield. So now we're going to be getting 100%, not just 20. So this is going to be overpowered. I think it is only 5%, but when you do hit it, you're just going to destroy people. And if you use a high RPM weapon, that gives you more chance. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes about. I'm actually want to maybe go and test this today. Might do that. All right, so the Chatterbox, it got buffed. As you can see, they keep changing things again. It got nerfed, and then it got buffed. Well, this is what I mean at the end of the video. I wanted to explain it. It's actually happening in the notes. So as you can see, they've buffed it up again. I don't know what they're trying to do. They keep changing the things. It's very hard to keep up. You guys can read all through this. The pestilence is now, this is a significant change, all right, guys. So the toxic cloud for 10 seconds now deals 1,200% damage. This is up from 400%. That's crazy. So that is insane. The PvP version remains at 500%, which is still very good. So PvE, this is going to be the go-to LMG. It's going to be really, really strong. So there's going to be a lot of good PvE builds coming out. I feel like there's going to be one PvP build, but we're going to see. The Merciless is RPM increased from 260 to 400, so this is very nice. Each primer detonator gains plus 100%. That's up from 75 damage per primer detonated. The PvP version remains at 75%. Um, that's the same pretty much. So in PvP, it's not going to do much damage, but it's pretty cool. The Eagle Bearer, let's go over this now. So the Eagle Bearer, the base damage is reduced by 15%. What they actually did was they buffed it again by, I think they increased it by 5%, and then they lowered it by 5% again to 15 in the span of a day because my damage went up and down. I don't know if it was my PTS that was bugged out, but let me tell you guys something now. Reload speed, 100% reload speed plus 50%. That's up from 35. This gun is still one of the strongest guns in the game for PvE and PvP. Don't worry about the nerf. It's still ridiculous. It's still strong, and we don't have to worry about this. The Eagle Bearer is still worth getting. Guys, the mag size, the reload speed, and tenacity is still overpowered in PvE and PvP. You need it. Make sure you get it. So the strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. That's crazy. Very, very strong. Make sure to get this gun if you don't be discouraged to get it. I recommend getting it very much. The Diamondback, this is going to be the best, I would say, the must-have exotic. This is going to be the guys in the PTS. I am two-shotting people with no rifle damage, no headshot damage, nothing. 450k armor people. I'm two-shotting them, almost one-shotting them in some instances. If you have 350k armor, you're dead. You're one-shot, and it's so easy to shoot because when you aim with this gun, the accuracy is so good. The reticle closes instantly, so it's unbelievably strong. Make sure you get this. Hitting that enemy consumes a mark, 20% damage. Is anything up here? We'll join around reload again, 20% up from 15%. A bonus armor for 3 seconds, so it's very strong. Definitely give it a shot. Headshots against players are guaranteed to critically hit and provide a stack of deep fangs. There we go. Non-player enemies such as NPCs and player skills will still be marked randomly by Diamondback and also provide stacks when hit. Very cool. Very nice. So Spark got a bit of a nerf. It now requires 9 offensive attributes. So that's still fine because All these talents, these damage talents require reds, which is good. That's what they should. But these damage talents are going to be very strong in TU6. Make sure to keep that in mind. We're going to have to redo our builds completely. I'm just letting you guys know that now. So after all my testing, I feel like the game is at a good place. The Hive is good. The Diamondback is where it should be. The Eagle Bear is perfect at the moment. I think it's great. It's still very strong. Everything is good. I'm not going to go over everything too much here. On the ropes, it got nerfed. You guys can go and read all of these changes. It's nothing too special. It's kind of the same. Some of them are very much similar. They've reassigned some of the talents. Bloodsucker. Now, here's one of the biggest changes: is you can't stack talents. So you can't have hard hitting. Hard hitting is now 25% damage to elites, but you cannot stack it. You can't stack explosive damage anymore. You can only roll it on one piece of gear. So they kind of messed us up with stacking talents. But I guess with hybrid build, it's going to be a bit better. So you guys can go and change all of this, or go and look at it and have a look and see what you like if you like the changes. But all those balancing, it's interesting. I don't know how it's going to be like in the game. Maybe they're going to change it. We're going to have to see. So we've got some weapon balancing now. SMGs are very strong. The P4 P416 got nerfed. I don't know why. The CTAR 21 that got an 8% damage increase. AUG ACR, so we got some good damage increases. The best gun that I saw, the AK-47 was probably the best. I think the highest damage. It hits like a truck now. The LMGs, M249 got nerfed. M60 10% damage. That's scary. I don't know. I don't like these changes. I don't like the gun changes. SMGs are too strong. My MP5 is hitting 20k a bullet. Just to let you guys know, 20,000 a bullet. It's got 900 RPM. It's absolutely crazy. So you can have a look at these yourself. I'm not very happy. 13% damage increase, 15% damage increase. The MPX got a 38% damage increase. People read this and they say it's the best gun. It's not. It's nowhere near the best gun. The best gun is the MP5. That's the best all-round SMG. Don't listen to that, guys. People don't test. They just look at the numbers. It's not. It's still not as good as the MP5. The damage is good, but the MP5, I actually think the MP5 is a variant of the MPX. This is better. Trust me. Give it a shot. You can test it for yourself. But the tactical vector as well, it's still not as good. So SMGs are going to make a comeback, I think. We're going to have to see. The PTS I don't know how long it's going to go for, maybe a few more weeks. I'm a bit skeptical for some of the changes. The damage to the weapon, the changes to the weapon damage is not right. I don't feel like it's the right balancing. Everything else seems pretty good. I feel like they're going a step in the right direction, so we're going to have to see. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace out, boys.